So the early evening sky. I mean, it's not the colour of the sky hasn't really changed since about 11 o'clock this morning. It's been overcast but dry ever since the first race of the day. Qualifying this morning was wet, and then the track dried out nicely, so everybody has had a second day of dry racing, although not the level of sunburn that we saw yesterday. A couple of the Alpha camera crew were, coming in, and the lobster look was, I think, we have called one of the lads Thermidor today, just because of his thing. So here we go, a full grid, 34 drivers, 12 minutes of action. Josh Rowledge and Matthew Higgins on the front row of the grid for Junior X30. Bart Harrison and Oliver Greenall on the outside of row 2. Then it is Aaron Walker, the GP plate, and Charlie Rippin on row number 3.
Row 4 in 7th place, Sam Shaw. Then it's Luke Watts in 8th place, Brandon Carr in 9th, and then it's Rashan Chigarimbo in 10th place. Daryl Taylor in 11th with Lewis Mackey in 12th place on the 6th row.
Row 7 is Sam Heading and Harry Burgoyne Jr. Row 8, Kanato Lee and Oliver Stewart. And row 9, Jessica Edgar and James Walker.
Row 10 in 19th place, Freddie Spindlow. And then it's Jack Cox in 20th place, Alicia Barrett in 21st, with Alex Moody in 22nd place. Marcus Lucio in 23rd, with Nathan Clifford in 24th.
Starting on row 13, Connor Clifford, his brother, and Harry Cottrell, with Harvey Ryby on row 14, alongside Thomas Cucurullo Yeomans, with row 15, the start of the B final qualifiers, Aidan Lynn and Marcus Littlewood. They were the first transfer drivers home. The field rounded out by Mitchell Gibbons, Josh Agambar, Finley Dunn and Jack Plant. And I'm pleased to say that there were no exclusions at the end of the repechage. The top 6 drivers that finished on track after that spectacular battling, some all made it through safely through scrutineering, no nose code penalties. And they fought hard to get into this race. Now they have 12 minutes to try and work their way up the order. But yesterday's winner, Josh Rowledge, a quick reminder as to the podium yesterday. The podium yesterday was Rowledge, Harrison and Daryl Taylor. Rowledge starts this one from first, Harrison starts from third, and Daryl Taylor starts all the way back in 11th. But don't count him out. Don't count out that number 15 on the side, Matthew Higgins, who won his first race in Junior X30 this morning. The driver from mid-Wales, not North Wales, I've been told, not Trafalgar. But like I said, being from the southernmost part of Wales, anything north of Caerphilly is far and away up north. So, 34 karts. Let's keep our fingers, toes and everything else crossed that they all get through the first lap cleanly and we can go racing properly. Here we go then, with Junior X30, lights are green, we are off and racing as they head towards turn number 1. It's a good start from Rowledge, Harrison and Higgins side by side, and there was nearly 4 wide as Aaron Walker tried to get, and yellow flags waving at the back of the screen there. Somebody has gone off in the middle of the track coming to the first chicane, but I don't think it was one of the leaders, and I think everyone's safely round. There's 1 or 2 drivers that have been delayed at the back, but the leaders are through cleanly, and well, Josh Rowledge has had a great start.
He's disappeared, hasn't he, in the number 10? He's absolutely flown ahead right now as we look at the battle for second place. All squabbling, as you saw, as the run towards McRae's. There was, I think, 4 wide. The track can't really do that, and one went up and nearly over another car and managed to land on all 4 and carry on. As they say, go down the inside, goes second and third, the 19 and 18. So at the end of lap 1, it's Rowledge, Greenall, Walker, Higgins, Harrison, Shaw, Chigarimbo, Watts, Carr, Rippin, Mackey and Taylor are the top 12 out there at the moment.
No, Josh Rowledge is a great start, but already Ollie Greenall is sort of clawing that deficit back. Walker in 3rd place, Harrison in 4th, Higgins in 5th position, but Higgins makes the move there at Iredale's. Luke Watts there losing a place a little bit further back to Rashan Chigarimbo in the number 92 kart. Here comes Harrison back up the inside of Higgins, and there's Sam Shaw for the premium karting team, also trying to force the issue and make a place. But I mean, the top 3 are now bringing to break away from Harrison in 4th on your screens now in the number 77 kart, Higgins in the number 15 kart in 5th, and then Shaw in the number 16 car in 6th position. Brandon Carr is 7th in the number 27, in the number 25 red speed car, that silver, red and black liveried machine. Through the first chicane, up the hill. Luke Watts is next, everyone else sort of following in line, and I think we have to say All 34 drivers, Harvey Rybee there coming into the pits to retire. And just a quick shout out to Lewis Mackey is out there. And he is in 11th place at the moment, just behind Darrell Taylor. And Nanny June is watching Lewis Mackey. That'll embarrass him later in life when he's looking back at this. Go on, Lewis. Telling his kids how he's a karting superstar, and there's a commentator shouting out, "Oh, big! Nanny June says hi." Here we go.
It's still good support, though.
Yes, it is absolutely, and of course, all these young drivers, these young men and women, need the support from their families more than ever. And a big pressurised weekend like the British Championship, and Rowrah still leading Greenall by 0.8 of a second, and Greenall half a second in front of Walker.
Yeah, so very close at the front there, but leading the way, Mick Barrett Racing, Joshua Rowrah, then it's Fusion Motorsport, then it's Strawberry Racing. So 3 different teams in the top 3, which is uncommon of what we've had in these finals so far. It's either been one team or the other, hasn't it?
Yeah, a 1, 2, 3, 4 for Oliver Rowrah Motorsport in Cadet Army, a 1, 2 Fusion in Mini X30, and now we've got, Mick Barrett's got 2 karts in the top 5 at the moment, and he took a 1-2 finish with Rowrah and Harrison yesterday, but certainly a lot of other major players, and it's good to see a couple of privateer drivers up there as well, especially Brandon Carr in the 25. This is his first season out of Cadet, don't forget, for Brandon Carr, and he, running on the Red Speed chassis, is showing some more experienced drivers the way at this event. Oh, there's some wheel-to-wheel contact there going down the main straight by some of the back markers, but they're all battling hard. Brandon Carr setting the fastest lap of the race, and he's now closed in, and he's running right behind outside front row starter Matthew Higgins. Higgins was so quick in qualifying in the wet. Sorry, Anthony, you were about to make a very prurient point.
Well, it was more on Brandon Carr. He started in 9th. He's up 3 positions already. Fastest lap on this one. He is a man on a mission on this one. He's absolutely flying through at the moment in the number 25, and another position gained there as well. He's just moved up into 5th place. As well, so he's up now 4 positions from the start, just under 8 minutes to go on the timer, and he's clawing his way through. He's sneaking through, isn't he?
Yes, he is, and also sneaking up towards the front is Oliver Greenall, because the gap is closing, and it's closing at a rate of knots. It was 0.8 of a second, it's now less than 0.4 of a second as Greenall closes in. He's leaving Walker behind, so Walker's got a bit of room to make, a bit of work to do now to catch up, to avoid the top 2 getting away. Harrison in 4th place, holding off the number 64. No, that's not Harrison. I thought there was a Mick Barrett kart with a kart right behind him. It must be Harrison, because Josh Rowrah is right on the road. But no, it's Greenall who's there. There's Higgins coming back, and Greenall has caught Rowrah in the space of 2 laps. He's really got it together, and there they come out of Paddock Bend. Walker is going to be thinking, yes, they're going to catch each other and start battling. Harrison in 4th, then Carr in 5th, and then a good 3-kart battle for 6th place between Higgins, Shaw, and Luke Watts. Darrell Taylor is 9th, Rashan Chigarimbo is 10th, Charlie Rippin runs 11th, Sam Heading is 12th, and then it's Harry Burgoyne Jr. 13th, Kanato Lee 14th, Oliver Stewart 15th, Alicia Barrett is 16th, Freddie Spindlow is 17th, Jessica Edgar 18th, and Lewis Mackey 19th, and Marco Luzio rounding out the top 20.
Yeah, very close back all the way throughout. Bart Harrison, obviously a quick shout out to him. He's just done 2 laps of the fastest lap of the race. He's done a 47.24 out there at the moment, running in 4th, and he is closing that gap down as well. If these 2 start scrapping, which they do now, in towards Paddock Bend, and that is a change for the lead. The 64 of Oliver Greenall takes the lead from Joshua Rowrah as they go up into the first corner. So that's now Fusion Motorsport leading from Mick Barrett Racing and Strawberry Racing. And
Walker, the GP plate holder, is closing in as well. I mean, you can tell that the world has gone mad in 2020, because I saw Strawberry Racing boss Paul Spencer walking around in a jacket that didn't say Strawberry Racing on it. He's not dressed in green. I almost didn't recognise him. Luckily, the squeaky voice and shortness and grey hair gave it away. But he's okay. But I mean, he's obviously still supporting all the Strawberry drivers here. But he's working with Tillotson and Calves as well as supporting them this weekend. But look at that, 3 karts battling for the lead. His man, the GP plate holder Walker, closing in on Greenall, and so Greenall has lost the lead again. Rowrah retakes the lead. Harrison, like you said, Anthony, fastest man on track a couple of laps ago, has closed in. 4 karts for the lead. Then it's a gap back to Brandon Carr in 5th, but he's not out of it yet, and neither is Shaw in 6th, Watts in 7th, Higgins in 8th, Taylor in 9th, because look at them all flooding through the chicane at the back of the screen as the leaders, with 5.5 minutes to go, start, it's like someone has rung the dinner bell, and they're all charging to get the seat at the top of the table.
Yeah, it's definitely the way forward on this one. Just over 5 minutes to go on this one. Everyone looking down at the steering wheel, trying to get in. It goes defensive for the 10. No, doesn't happen. It gets pushed out wide. So Oliver Greenall takes the lead again and opens up quite a big gap as well through that as well.
Yep, smart move there by Greenall, because he forced Rowledge wide, and he knew that Rowledge would have to cut back across the track to avoid going across there, and that would slow everyone behind him down.
Yeah.
Smart move.
It was a very smart move indeed.
Ruthless, but smart.
Under 5 minutes to go now on the timer as they head back up now towards McRae's as they go through now. That gap still a little bit open. It's half a second that Greenall's got now from Joshua Rowledge. Aaron Walker in the GP plate. He's up 2 positions now. He's in 3rd place, so keep an eye on him. Now also 5th place as well. Brandon Kart, he's up 4 places. He's in 5th place at the moment. He's closing in on these group as well. He's only 0.4 of a second down from the man just in front of him. So that's in potentially lunge distance, maybe.
It is within lunge range. You know, there we go. Walker to the inside.
Oh, gets his nose cut off there.
There was some slight poddage going on. Slight poddage. Only a small amount of poddage being served at that corner. But Walker does make the move, and look at them all charging through the chicane. Still battles all the way through. So Walker now into P2. Yep. They're communicating with you. Okay, look, I'll go. You know, Harrison thinking. Then again, Bart Harrison, you know, he's still sort of, you know, just establishing himself as a leading contender. Yep, thumbs up. Okay, I get you. Let's go. And so, you know, it's amazing that drivers do that at 60 odd miles an hour. So down through the Stuart S's and down the hill. The problem is, though, is that Greenall has got nearly 0.8 of a second of a lead. Here's Brandon Carter closing in on erstwhile race leader Josh Rowledge, and there is Harry Burgoyne Jr. Getting turned, having a moment. That would have been at the Stuart S's, and leaders. Greenall has actually extended his advantage, and I mean, they're all looking over each other's shoulder, and none of them are overtaking each other, but none of them are actually catching the race leader. They all want to catch the race leader, but they're not actually going about doing it. And now look at Walker looking over his shoulder saying, well, you just punted me into the corner, Bart. And Bart's like, I'm really sorry, I missed my braking point by 6 inches. And now let's see if Greenall saying, you crack on, you chat amongst yourselves, talk amongst yourselves, boys. I'm off.
Yep, the gap is just under a second that Greenall has got now from Walker, and you can visibly see it on the track. It's quite a few kart lengths between them now, so this is then a good position is Oliver Greenall. Now, of course, all eyes probably on Brandon Carr. He's now up into 4th place.
Just made a move on Bart Harrison.
He has, yes.
So very impressive drive. He made the move there, and of course just behind them you can see Luke Watts, Darrell Taylor and Sam Shaw. They're all just sort of towing up, because again, if they're not catching the leader, this is the battle for two steps on the podium.
Yes, exactly that. And there's a dive down the inside through the Stuart S's. Nicely done there. So that is
Rowledge back in a second. It was because Walker missed his braking point. Walker just understeered slightly into the corner, and I don't think Rowledge was thinking of a move, but the opportunity presented itself, and he was like, well, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. Through I go.
Yes, indeed. 90 seconds left on the timer, so it's at that grey area. There's not a lot of time left to go, but a long way in the race left. 13 laps completed so far, and it is still Greenall that leads from Rowledge, Walker, Harrison and Carr as they cross the line. As they go into now Iredale's hairpin. No positions being changed there, but a good scrap a little further behind the 14 and the 16 scrapple. That's Darrell Taylor and Sam Shaw. They're having a good little scrap at the moment, a little further down in the order.
Dear, Sam Shaw going up over. Just you saying that though, Sam Shaw tried to remove on Darrell Taylor, went up over his rear bumper, and luckily doesn't lose a position, because the battle behind him for 9th place. There's the 81 of Mitchell Gibbons off, and the number 19 of Jack Cox. They're having a little chat amongst themselves about who was to blame for that one. And there's Rowledge battling holding off Walker there, being a little bit aggressive, coming onto the main straight. Yellow flags waving, because that's where Jack Cox and Mitchell Gibbons crashed on the last lap. Looking down, and now Rowledge defending, and he gets shuffled a little bit wide there. The understeer, enforced understeer that we call that. Down the back straight, it's Bart Harrison now in 2nd place. So Harrison takes it in. Brandon Carr. What a move by Brandon Carr, the junior rookie up into third position. Great stuff there from the number 25 on that red speed chassis. He's still got his old Oliver Rowrah Motorsport cadet race suit on.
Is the last lap board going to go out this time? I don't think it will. The timer ticks over to 0 now, and no, we don't see a last lap this time. So last lap board will come out.
The graphic says, okay, so this is where we're a bit confused here. We've got to be careful because the last lap board now being shown, it says final lap on the screen, but I'm not sure the drivers saw the last lap board when they took the last lap. So, I mean, we'll call it as we see it, but I'm not sure the drivers know it's the last lap. Certainly the leaders don't, because the last lap board wasn't being shown. Maybe the graphic on the front, the board says, on the digital board says last lap. Oh, and there's a problem. There was a lunge. Walker went for a move on Carr, and that is game over for Walker and Carr and their chances. But Oliver Greenall, and here comes Harrison, slicing it inside. Oh, that's Jack Cox who's recovering. It's a slower kart. So it's all confusion here at the end of the Junior X30 race. But it's going to be Oliver Greenall who takes the checker flag in second. Harrison in second. Rowledge in third. Luke Watts makes great progress in the last lap to finish fourth. Taylor in fifth. Brandon Carr comes home in sixth, just in front of Aaron Walker. They clashed on the last lap. And then it was Sam Shaw in eighth, Alicia Barrett ninth, and Charlie Rippin in 10th. Sorry about that. Sorry, I have to again. Again, the last lap board went out for some of the drivers, not all of them, but then there's a big digital screen right underneath our point out thing that did go off, so the drivers would have seen it.
Last lap, yeah.
Automatically, as soon as the clock strikes here, it automatically comes on. Well,
I'd say I'm glad you were here, because after all that carnage that happened and the last lap, I had no idea what was going on.
Neither did I. But I never do. It's okay. But let's look at the top 12. Rashan Chigarimbo just outside the top 10 in 11th place. Sam Heading, tough result for him in 12th. But I mean, you know, Oliver Greenall, a great move for the lead. Let's look further back now. What happened to Matthew Higgins? Faded to 16th place. So obviously there was an incident. You know, he started second and faded back to 16th. Jessica Edgar in 13th place. Oliver Stewart 17th. Kanato Lee disappointing with 18th place. Now Connor Clifford beat Nathan Clifford in the Battle of the Cliffords. Looking for the repechage winner. That was Aidan Lynn. He finishes 27th. And the 6 drivers that qualified, you know, not many of them had made great progress. Sadly, the only retirement was Jack Cox. He was a lap down at the end. He did get back in the race, and there's somebody has stopped on the slowing down lap. You can see, trying to get an ID on that kart. Well, it's a Tony Kart race suit by the looks of it.
Is that the GP?
Well, I mean, the GP and the Aaron Walker did have a collision on the last lap. Can't quite see the number. They've got to drag the kart back, because of course all the karts have got to go through. They've got to go through post-race scrutineering, whether you finish or not. Even if you crash out, the kart still has to be taken back to the scrutineers. So that is, you know, something that's going to happen. I can't see who the number is. It's definitely a Tony Kart. Oh, it's a green. Yeah, it is a Tony Kart race suit. Do you know what? It might be the GP. I can recognise the letters. I can the numbers even. I can recognise the numbers, and they're not. And I'm being told it's the 86 kart. Thank you. That would be Thomas Cucurullo Yeomans for the SFR Motorsport team, and he finished in 22nd place. So, and his kart lasted just long enough.
Just.
Like Colin Chapman used to design the Lotus Formula 1 cars. If a Formula 1 race back in the day was 200 miles, he would design those cars for 200.5 miles.
Yes.
You know, and that's why Jim Clark was able to win so many races, but that is why also they occasionally broke.
You can't do that nowadays, though.
No. Right, so here we go. Let's have a look at the final race of the day. Well, it's been an outstanding start to the British by the stand-in start, and I'm looking at there. So I think we've got a member of the Theo Makuris team. There's a glance at Ollie Greenall there coming through, and I say one of the Junior X30 drivers that would have been here but couldn't race the championship because they were picked for the British team in the CIK FIA Academy with Theo Makuris. He's been out racing in Adria, and he got some good finishes yesterday, and I'm looking there. I'm not sure it went so well today. Top rookie in today's Junior X30 final, finishing 10th overall, Charlie Rippin. finishing as the leading privateer. A great result, top 6 finish for Brandon Carr. So excited he put his race suit in the back of the van. But a fantastic drive up in the top 5. Your leading rookie, your leading privateer, sorry, Brandon Carr. Top 3 time now, finishing in 3rd place, yesterday's winner, Josh Rowrah. And another runner-up finish, great points and a really good weekend for Bart Harrison. But your winner of the 2nd round of the Motorsport UK Junior X30 Championship, a fantastic result for Oliver Greenall. Oh, Fusion are up again. Well done. And to tell you all just how he did it, it's over to Anthony Jordan.
Awesome stuff, photos done. So Ollie, again, a fantastic race out there for you today. It's again, challenging conditions this morning that we had. Now, the Junior X30s, it's my first time seeing you guys race out there. It looked a bit frisky out there from our perspective. What was it like from yours?
Yeah, it was a difficult race, but I just managed to get a gap like halfway through and then just held it from there, so it was easy. At the end, it was quite easy, so yeah.
No, it was an awesome race to watch, so you got some great support here from the fans, and it's yeah, great to have you out there.
Cheers, thanks.